Okay. So today, the topic of our today's lecture is basically HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, which basically constitutes the core components of your web development. So be it anything, be it any programming language you use for backend, but for front end, you will be using these three core typical scripting languages for developing web pages. So today we will understand how exactly web pages are developed. Okay. So I will give you a brief introduction. Before that, let me create a text file here. Okay. So if you see that whatever Python file we created, it was either .py file, which is a script, and also you have .ipynb file, which is nothing but your notebooks, right? But similarly, right, whenever you like create part one HTML, let's say one dot web one dot html. Now if you do this, and if you now like I have named this web one html. Now inside this web one html, if I write anything, double click it, see, it will come as a web page here. Okay, this is the code, and this is your web page. See, it is how easy it is, almost like printing like hello world. But in this case, you are, if you copy paste this, if you go to your folder wherever you have, like wherever you have it on your uh, desktop, and if you double click it, it will, like for example, if I go to my just a minute, I will show you. It will, see, if I double click this basically is nothing but my local path where this HTML page is stored. Say web1.html. So it is basically loading up my HTML file and it is giving me the output. So this is the front end. Now I can add a lot of things here. Like if I add here, this is second line. Okay, if I go here and say, see, this is coming here. I can even add it. I add a break statement here in such a way like that. There are multiple tags, by the way, associated with HTML. HTML, for the full form of HTML is hypertext markup language. And if you go to any website, as I have shown here, let's say python.org, like this is the website which official Python. If you go and say inspect, you will see that everything is made up of HTML tags only. Like this head is HTML tag, this body is HTML tag. The entire web page is basically enclosed in the HTML tag. Like how in programming language we have variables, right? So similarly, if you so can somebody tell me what exactly is a website made of? What all elements does a website consist of? Like what all, what, whenever you access a website, what are the different things which you see inside a website? Come on, guys. Am I audible, by the way? Like, I hope. So what all do you see in a website? Graphics, yes. Like you, like a typical website consists of like if you go and see a typical website, like for example, if you go here, right, what all does it have? It has basically like this headers, this section, right? This section where you are able to see all the relative pages. There is a search button. There are multiple pages. There are multiple articles and tables, and also there are multiple lists available. There is a website address. There is basically head of the, so basically everything here is nothing but are different elements of a web page, right? And yeah, tabs as well. So to define multiple parts of a website, right, you basically have a format. Okay, so what kind of format do you have is that you basically have, you first start with the HTML. HTML is basically, you are saying that this is a HTML document, as in this is the HTML file. It will have all of the uh, relevant content which is required on the front end of the website, so that an entire thing will be enclosed in an HTML website. Sorry, HTML tag. So this HTML, this which the way I am writing, okay, is how you basically mention it. Okay, HTML. Okay, so once you say HTML, then you have to basically have like HTML, and then you can have your head. So we will see how exactly all this one thing and everything like comes into picture. Like there is title, so that's the title of the website, like my first web page. And remember, whenever you are using it, you have to close, like you are like, suppose if you're using title, you have to always close it. Okay, like here I have started the title tag, and here I am closing the basically. This basically means that i have I have like started, I have basically used it, and I also, there is a closure tag as well here. Okay, and then like in the head section, this will only come, so I will say slash head here. Yeah, since in the head section I will only be doing this. Okay,
Shadir bhai,
yeah,
yeah. So first, so here after web page, there is slash forward slash tag.
yeah, forward slash it is, yes.
Why?
So the are you asking about this?
Yes. It's
So this is the way HTML scripting language. Remember, guys, it's a scripting language. Okay. So this is the way how exactly HTML is designed. Okay. So like if you go, like it is basically nothing but a standard markup language for like creating the web pages. Okay. It is nothing but it describes the structure of a web page, like what all different elements and different tabs and different images, videos, and different like tables and everything, how they should be presented. Like one by one, it will be listed out. Okay, it is nothing but it basically contains a series of elements. Okay, so HTML basically tells the browser how to display the content. Okay, and also one more noticeable piece is that since it can contain multiple content, it can contain multiple elements. Each and every element has its unique tag associated with it. Like a heading will have a different tag, a title will have a different tag, a table will have a different tag. Okay, these HTML tags are basically nothing but this, like all these different tags are available. So to make sure that what one tag doesn't get confused with the other tag, we always start it and also close it. Okay, so like here, like I am basically
so
closing title, and like so that
yeah.
like it
So
doesn't.
sorry for interrupting. Initially, it's title, and in the end, it's forward slash then title.
Your voice is a
That's a sign.
little
According to
uh, voice a little I mean scratchy. I mean I'm not able to hear you clearly. Anyways, you will understand. Like see, for example, here, if I just I mean if I comment it out. Okay, and if I just say like the previous one, this is my first web page. This is, I'm directly writing it without mentioning any tag. This will still work because I'm saying it is a .html. So if I do this, if I rerun it, then you will see that web1.html is nothing but the title of the web page. Okay, and it is locally shared like in this path. Like you can also view it here as well. Okay, but if I remove this, if I remove this here, okay, at if I uncomment this out, okay, and if you now save it, okay, now if you go here and if you like reload it, definitely you won't see any content because I'm not printing anything. I'm just declaring the title of the web page, which is nothing but my first web page. Like whatever title I have given to this tab, okay, this basically this page is nothing but I am able to do it using the title. Okay, now this was regarding the header section. Okay, like what all should come before the HTML page loads itself. Okay, and for to giving the content of the web page itself, you need to use something called as body. Okay, now inside body you can write many stuff, like for example, even if I do this, it will still come. Okay, but this is not a good idea because every other there are many tags available which can do the same exact thing in a more efficient manner. Okay, so like for example, I will close body and I can also close the .html as well. Okay, now now is like if you reload it, you will see that my first page, and this is my first web page also comes into picture, like since because you have defined this in the body section. The body is nothing but if you go here and if you say inspect element, right, you will see that the entire body, like whatever, like if you select it and like for example, if I go in the HTML head section, see it is all there are many things here. Yeah, so don't get confused with this, but yeah, ideally the body, basically the body tag, under the body tag you have every all the websites available. So all the content of the websites available, like for I can click this, this is referring to the this Python. Okay, so but then like here, like if you see that there are certain fonts or certain text which are bigger in nature, and there are certain fonts which are very slower in which are very small in size, right? So for doing that you have multiple other tags inside, which instead of just plainly writing this, you can write h1. H1 is nothing but your header one. Okay, my first header, and you close it. Okay, you can also write paragraphs. Okay, so paragraph as in this is my first paragraph. Okay, so if I now run this, see my first header, the header has become very big, and this my first paragraph is it is coming in smaller. So this is how you can create your own web page content. Like so, suppose this is how websites used to look 20 years before. But yeah, this basic website, like for example, you can write your article and everything, and this is in your HTML format, and you can load it in your load it into GoDaddy or anywhere, and it will like basically host your website and show you the content. This is nothing but a static example, right? So you also have other types of heading as well until 6. Okay, like for example, I have h2, h1, h2, h3, h4 as well, right? Like even I have h4 as well here. You are until have h6. uh, okay. Now if you go and reload this page, you will see smaller heading, even smaller, even smallest, and then the smallest. So you have h1 to h6, and this p tag is nothing but your paragraph tag. Okay, like you can have an h1, header 1, header 2, header 3, so different sizes are available, and p is nothing but your paragraph. And this entire thing, this is nothing but the basic structure of your website, where you have HTML, and inside HTML you have everything enclosed here. Okay, see, remember HTML is the parent tag, and this is getting closed at the end of the file. Head here, head basically is like here, like whatever you can give it my first web page 2, and it will, if you reload it, then it will come here, right? The title of the web page is defined inside the head, and we will see all other things as well, what all gets defined inside head. And then there is a body, which is nothing but which basically gives you the entire content of the web page. Like here until now we have seen h1, p, h2, h3, h4, and h6. Any doubts? So you just have to say new, and you have to say text file, and after text file you can, I'm copy pasting the code here. Okay, you can copy it, but do understand what exactly it is all about. You can copy it, and then you have to just rename it to anything, but make sure that you remove this dot text and replace it with dot html. Once you say dot html, then you will get the entire thing. Any doubts? I have copy pasted the code on the chat section. You guys can try this out and let me know. And for this, you don't need, like, for example, how we need how we require to install Python, Jupyter Notebook, or Anaconda and all. You don't need, because the HTML code is directly rendered by your browser. All your what does your browser do? Browser nothing but it connects to the internet, and whatever you search basically retrieves the content into your HTML format. No matter where you go, which web page you go. Okay, google.com, anywhere, you just go and say inspect, you will see that there is HTML content available. If you just say view page source, you will get the entire HTML, which basically Google uses for its web page. Okay. Yeah, don't think that, okay, I can just copy paste the code and I can replicate the Google. No, it is not that simple. Because this is just the front end. Okay, like all the search and functionality is being handled by the backend, which we don't have access to. So yeah, try this and let me know if you guys have any doubts.
Shadir bhai, my Jupyter notebook is not looking like it was looking earlier like yours. Is there an update or something? It's saying there is an update, but not able to run it. It's like, read the migration plan.
Can you share your screen?
Okay. You need to disable it.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Yeah, done.
Right. So this black thing comes up, right? The terminal, and then I've successfully loaded this after a lot of trouble, and now it runs an edge. Says update, read the migration
So
plan.
yeah, so you basically have loaded Jupyter notebooks. That is a older version of Jupyter Labs. Okay, so you can close this down and leave. Yeah, just go to Jupyter, launch Jupyter Lab, the Jupyter Lab, not Jupyter Notebook, the fourth one at the top.
Okay, this
Not the
shell
fourth one.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I have this running already. Okay, fine. We have to update this then, right?
No, no,
Okay,
no. If you do this, it will automatically
update it.
load itself. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're not able to access it, right, go to Google Chrome.
Chrome, right?
Yeah, and go to a new tab.
hmm We can use this tab, no
Okay,
problems.
yeah, localhost. Yeah, yeah, 888 triple eight, like yeah, 8888. Yeah, eight.
One
One more.
more.
Yeah, one more.
Okay, one more. 4 times. Okay.
Press enter. Okay, you are logged in. You might have okay, which
Talking about the dash thing, I guess.
other tab? Go to the other Google Chrome.
Google Chrome.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, workspace.
clear workspace.
Yeah, like yeah, you're since you're using
Mhm.
right, yeah, just clear workspace.
Okay, yeah, it's back, it's back. Nice. Okay.
Shadir, what about caller?
Sorry, your voice is a little. You maybe you can try writing on the message, Faizan bhai.
This is HTML.
Yeah, you can name it anything, but you have the extension should be .html. Yeah,
Dot HTML. ठीक है. Save. Save.
just save it. Copy
Save.
paste. Acha, you are using Google Colab. No, that's not an issue.
Google Play? No.
No. I'm answering to Faizan.
Okay, sorry.
So yeah, uh, like what you can do, Faizan bhai, you don't require Google Colab for this. You can just plainly whatever text editor you have. It can be gedit or whatever even basic text editor you have. You can utilize that and copy paste the code, but just remember to enter all of this and also save the file with the .html extension and double click it. You should be able to see something like this.
Once again, how do you run that file?
Just double click it.
Just double click the tab.
Double click the file itself. Like here, double click the file and you should be able to see this in the Jupyter lab itself. And the other way is just to locate the file in your folder in
Hmm.
your Windows
Yeah.
File Explorer, and
Hmm.
wherever you find the file, double click it. It will open it. But
चलो.
for example, if you still are facing issues, you can maybe share your screen. I will tell you how exactly that needs to be done. Because this is very important to know how to run it. So yeah. Yeah, even this is fine. But yeah, even this is okay. I mean, if you are able to get the output, that is good. But yeah, I will show you a better way. Can you just share your screen? Yeah. Uh, Open any text editor, just any text editor. No, not this one. You have a text editor like Sublime or anything in your laptop? You don't have it? I mean, you will have Notepad, right? At least you will have Notepad. Okay, although I'm not able to see your screen, by the way, but yeah, it's okay. So just copy paste that code, copy paste that code. Yeah, copy paste it. Yeah. Uh, yeah, you maybe you can just little format it. No, 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 not this. Go and say format and remove the word wrap. And okay, like you can, yeah, press enter. After head, press enter. Just like do, yeah, after body and everything. Like just this is what your readability, by the way. I mean, this doesn't affect the code like how it affects in Python. It doesn't affect since you are, yeah. Now just save this, but when you are saving it, save it in a .html format. Save it. It's okay. Save it. Yeah. Go to desktop and double click on this file. Yeah. So this is how you can run. I mean, you basically don't need the Google Colab, or even you don't need Jupyter Labs. But yeah, but I mean, this is, since it is easily doable on Jupyter Lab itself, we are doing it. Okay. So let me reshare my screen. So I hope everybody understood that what does all these tags do. HTML is basically stating that this is an HTML document. Head is nothing but where you basically give the title of the web page. Okay. There will be other things as well which will come inside head, but we will later down see what all things can come on. Then there is body tag, which basically encompasses or basically constitutes the entire content of your web page, right? And then you close each and every tag as you have started it, as you have opened it, you always close it. Okay. So similarly, we have other stuff as well. Like let me create web2 dot html. Okay, I have the code ready with me. So yeah. So see this, yeah, HTML head, title, learning HTML head, and then there is body. There is header 2 tag, the href attribute. This is a paragraph tag, HTML links, like nothing but a paragraph here. Okay. And then this is a href anchor tag with a reference tag or reference. Okay. So whenever you go here, you get something like this, right? Like if I inspect this, you will see that it is a href tag. Okay. What does it basically refer to? Hyperlink reference. Like what does it refer to? It refers to a different link. Like if you click this, it will redirect you to a different link, right? So say how to do it in HTML. This is how you can do it. Like if I search here, if I just say if I refer to Google, right? Like if I run this, for example, if I just say So see, if I HTML links are defined with the a tag, anchor tag, the link address, like if I click on this, it will redirect me to google.com, right? Why? Because here I am in the anchor tag, I'm giving on the reference, I'm giving this address of the google.com as the reference, and this basically will come with the underline where you, if you click on this link, then it will go to google.com, right? And this br is nothing but break. It basically like how we have print statement, right? In the print statement we in the end we give /n. So similarly you have break, which will give a new line. Okay. And you can also embed different videos, images, and all the other stuffs as well. Let me actually pull up some images here so that it is easy for you guys to understand. uh, yeah. So see, if I do this, right, Python applications.png, let me actually do this, right? Let me comment this out, right? This is the image. Now, if I want to show this image like in your web page, then I just have to use the image tag, img, and give the source. Source is nothing but your local path where your image is present. It can be a link, it can be anything. Like even if I like, let's suppose if I go to any image, for example, horse image. Okay. We will see this how this is done. But yeah, until now, I hope you guys have understood until here. So if I reload this, see, this is nothing but your image which have come. This is your anchor tag. If you go here, it will go to google.com, and this is how this is an image, right? And you in this image is basically coming from the local path where the image is stored. Okay. Let me actually uh yeah, attach this image. Oh, sorry. You can, yeah, I mean you can store any image. Doesn't I mean I'm just, but still, for, you can use my image or you can even store any image and just have to give the name of the image, proper name of the image source here, and it will load up your image here. Okay. And yeah, and next thing is, like suppose if you want to resize the image, like the height and the width of the image, you can, instead of doing this, you can do something like you can create the image. Okay. And then you can give the source, basically the file path where the image is present. You can give the width, the height, and also the alter. Like suppose if the image doesn't load, then what text should come here. Okay. Like like if I reload this here, right? See, the size of the image has now decreased. If I decrease it lower, like suppose if I say 400, it will even decrease lower. So you can also alter the resolution of the image here and the size of the image basically, right? If you don't give anything, whatever the size, the default size of the image is available, it will take up that. Okay. Now this is by giving width and height, you are basically giving the style operation. Okay. I mean, as in like you are like all the this thing, all this thing, like this is like do just seeing this and seeing this as a different, altogether different styles, right? Like the style of the entire web page is dependent on multiple colors, the tags, and different animations which is getting used, right? So for doing this, you need, just, you cannot do it just with the help of HTML. Like for example, here I'm maintaining the width and the height, but if I want the background to be of different color, like suppose if the here the background of the web page, here the starting background of this part of the web page is blue, right? If I want to do something like that, then I have to use CSS, cascading style sheet, which basically styles your web page. It gives you design, it gives you the different colors to different elements of the web page. It can, I mean, you can utilize it as creative as possible. Like every web page is a theme, right? Like for example, Facebook has a blue themed website, Instagram has a red themed or a maroon themed website. So all that styling, that UI, all that thing, that user interface basically is done using CSS. Okay. So here, like the normal paragraph, right, can be styled, okay, using the style attribute. You can be styled using, see, style equal to color red, font size 100 pixel, text align, as in where do you want the text to be present, left, right, or center. Center, I want it center. This is a red paragraph. Okay. And you can see the element without CSS as well. Like if I reload this page, you will see that this is a red paragraph. Okay. And you can see which one looks very pleasing to our eye. Obviously this one, right? And you can see that the element without CSS is nothing but just plain data only, plain text, nothing else. Okay. So yeah, so element without CSS. And if I like decrease the size, it will also decrease like 50 pixel. If I just reload this, see, the size of this has become lesser. Okay. And then not only images, you can also like embed videos into your web page, like how what YouTube does. Like YouTube, you can also give width and height of the video. And here I have to give, let me just uh, movie. See, now there is a movie. I have just uploaded a movie.mp4. Like you can use your any video. But if you do this, all the quality is not good. But yeah, you can present any video whatever you want and create a web page, and like create your own web page. And using, and the code for doing all of this is very simple, right? You just have to mention what you need, like for example, video width, height, and controls. Like controls is basically like you want controls or not on the video. And the source, and inside the source you need the name of the video, basically the entire path. And what is the type is video mp4 video. Break is again giving a new line. Then you also have audio as well, like you can also present with audio as well, right? Like if you have the,
Shall SRC is a question of the part.
yeah, it is a part. It is a SRC is nothing but an attribute of the, like you can consider this as a function, argument. Like SRC, you need to give SRC equal to like whatever the file name, the entire file name.
So it is, yeah, it's actually written from your what is the file with any thing over there. It's vector data.
Yeah, it is like, it is syntax only, like you have to follow this only. Okay, so like see, now we have done all of this. Now if you go here and if you say reload, and you will see that there is an audio as well. Yeah, audio of the horse, right? So yeah, so this is how you can like define, I mean, create your own web page. I'm sharing the code uh on the chat. And if you want, I can also share the small, you guys can, I have also shared the horse mp3 and movie.mp4 as well. You can have your own, obviously. But yeah, but try to understand the entire this script is HTML script.
Shadir, how can we give the name to the photos and the videos? Like from where we can identify this name?
So you just need to give like here whatever you name you have it, right? Like here in this case dot application Python application dot png. Like if I download let's suppose if I download this, okay, like save image, I'm downloading it to here. Okay, I will mention it or not, let's say png. I will use JPEG. Okay, now I have downloaded it. Now you will see that there is a horse.jpg here, right? So I just need to here say image source horse.jpg, okay, and width 600 and height. You can even don't even need to, you can say 600. Let's say.
But how it get over here?
So once you write it, right? Once you basically write it, now if you reload the page, you will see that horse image is also here.
No, I am not getting
So
how
what you
you
are saying is that you need to shift your image to your folder where you have created that file. Like, can you share your screen? Go to downloads. Go to downloads. You have downloaded that. Actually, go to Windows File Explorer. I'm not able to see your screen, by the way, but maybe you can share the entire screen.
so I have to download the image over here in the download folder.
You can download it anywhere. Okay. I mean, you just need to give the entire path.
I'm
Do
not
you have
getting it.
do you have any image with you on the download folder?
I will download now. I think.
You can download any random image. Yeah. Yeah. Go to images. Yeah, now just download it. Go to where you are working, like where your current where your current uh, folder. I mean, where you have stored, where you have saved your HTML file.
That I that I need to check. I even don't know.
Okay, save save to download. Save to download. No worries. Yeah, just save it.
Yeah, it's saved.
Okay. Now go to here, Jupyter Lab. Go to the HTML code. Go to the code, not the code, the web2.html. Yes, this code. Now, where you have written Python applications.png, right? Remove that.
Mm-hmm.
Source, from the source, you remove that. Save it. For now, save it. go to file explorer. No, not here,
Okay.
not separately. Or even you, I guess you can also go here as well, no issues.
Yeah, and the download. I have the photos.
Downloads, where is the photo? Can you click on last modified? Like over there after name, you have last modified. Yes. Click on the last modified. Yeah. Yeah. Now there is iPhone, right? Like you could see iPhone downside after grant.
Yeah.
Just right click, say copy path, copy path. Yeah, copy path, paste it here on the source. Yeah. Save it. Now reload this on your local machine. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So you can like store anywhere in your file system, but you just have to give the entire path and it will automatically take.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. So now we will see. I hope everybody understood this, right? Like understood how we can integrate uh images and everything. So you also have now I will let's see more examples where we can style the websites. Like we can give more styling options to the website, change the background color, change a lot of stuff. So see here again, I can also have head here. No, okay. HTML head title, and then like you have a body. In the body now you can like remember the style tag, right? Like here we give the in the paragraph tag we give style and we give color, font size and text alignment. Similarly you can also give this style tag to any tag whatever it is possible. Okay, like any tag inside HTML you can give it. Okay, like here I'm saying body background color should be green. I can like if I load this here in the browser, see the background is green. I can like give it blue. I can give it orange. I can give any color whatever, like violet, right? So here I'm giving the body. So whatever style you operate, whatever style you give, right, in the body, whatever tag, it will basically get applied to the entire section of the body. Like if I'm giving style, then you can see that this is for the entire section of the body. But if I just remove this, okay, and if I give it in the h1 tag, okay, and if you reload this, then you will see that the violet color only appears for the h1 tag itself, right? So whatever tag, whatever style you give for whatever the entire context of that body tag will basically get applied with that particular style. Okay, so h1 p style background color tomato, and you can also give color as well, like okay, the color of the text. Okay, so see color of the text, since it is white, this is white paragraph, you are not able to see it since it is white. But if I run it now, like run it once again, you should be able to see the white paragraph here. You can also apply multiple styles as well. Like if I say text align should be center, or let's say right. See, now it is coming here. right? If I say center, then it will come here, right? So for now, let me remove it, right? Then you have style, font size, font family. You can also give different fonts in Microsoft Word we see, right? New Times Roman and everything. Like similarly, you can give all the font types as well. This is a bold text. For giving bold, you just say B, okay, B, and then strong text. Like this is a bold text. This is a strong text. This is italic. This is smaller. This is mark text. See, yeah, strong. This is italic. For I for italic, small paragraph with mark. Okay, marked. And then you have your subscripted text as well. Then you have, like, for example, upscripted text as well. So there are multiple ways where you can like present the text inside HTML, or for all the styling and purposes. Everything is basically like here the super and subscripted, superscripted, and underscripted, and everything you have, right? And then you can also write comments here, like how in Python you can write comments. Similarly, you can also write comments in HTML as well using this. So if I remove this, then this will come in here. See, write your comments here. But if I add this sign, this sign with an exclamation mark, then if you see, then this won't be here, right? And then suppose if you want your list to basically have a list or something, right? You can like have all the list, whatever list you want to create. You can create either list without numbers, okay, like unordered list, or ordered list. Unordered list as in like this doesn't have any order. This is UL, this is nothing but unordered list. And then LI is nothing but single elements, okay. This is list elements basically. And then this is an ordered list like OL. And then you can like ordered list as in like you will get numbers for each of the elements present in it, right? Like I can add here. And also here, the indentation doesn't matter, okay. In case of HTML, the indentation doesn't matter. It will always give you the proper output, because here we are basically giving proper tags. Although indentation for your own readability purposes is good, but how we do it in Python, here in HTML, it doesn't matter. You guys can try this out. I have copy pasted the code on your on the chat box. You can try playing around with different things, like giving the background color or color with all the other elements, or including anything else. Like here I can say style equal to color, let's say red. Yeah, any doubts? Shall we move ahead? So suppose if you wanted to, further like have a table, right? Have a table or something like this, like what color coded using like this sliding window things in your website. You can also do the same. Like we'll see how exactly that is done. Okay. So ignore this for now. For now, ignore this. Just HTML body H1 style. You are giving a border. You can also give border, and you can also give padding, border, and everything. Here I am saying border 2 pixel solid. 2 pixel is the size of the border, and the color should be solid, and it should be solid border with the tomato color. You can also like say it as blue. And if you say blue, then it will turn out to be blue. You can also give multiple other things as well, like for example, text align. It's a center. Now it is coming in center, right? Yeah, this is hello world, right? And then again, like style, background color, and here, do you guys know about RGB color picker? So if you give like suppose if you want a different color inside the RGB, this is called as an RGB, red, green, blue. So all of the major colors, all of the colors in fact are made using RGB itself. Okay, like you can like give, and for each of the color, like there is a appropriate mixture of this color coding. Okay, like for example, if I want this color, I will just copy this. Okay, and if I copy this and if I paste it here, okay, and if I run the C, this color and this color is matching. So you can pick any color from here. Okay, for example, if I let's say I want to pick this color, I just need to copy this value and I just need to paste it here. And if I reload this, and you will see that the color is exactly same. So here in the background color, instead of just directly saying it as blue, green, or whatever, you can also give RGB color as well. Here again, border 4 pixel solid and light gray is the color. Here in here, light gray also can be given RGB color picker as well. For example, if I want, let's say, yellow, bright yellow. So I will just instead of saying light gray, I can just say RGB and this. If I go here, see. So yeah, this is H1. Now this scrolling behavior is called as a marquee. Okay, you can like actually have there is a marquee tag which is available. Okay, marquee, and the behavior is scroll. Direction you can say right or left. If I say left, then it will go with left basically. See, it will start from left, right? And then H1, the H1 inside the marquee tag, like you're combining here multiple tags inside the marquee tag. Using marquee tag, you can rotate anything. Okay, this is inside the marquee tag. You have H1 header one with the background color and text align center. Yeah, text align center and everything color coded using hex. Like yeah, you remember hex also, like so how we have used RGB, right? You can also similarly use hex color coding as well. Like if I give this color coding, like hex color coding, I can use this as well. So if I do this, see the color has been changed. color coded using X, mark you. And remember, you can use a mark you for like for basically scrolling anything. Let's say I want to now if I rotate this, then you will see that you can, like, using the mark you tag here, you can you can basically move this in the scroll this using anything, using any element of web page. Okay, you can even inside this image, you can also give style as well. Like for example, I want this image like, let's say height is equal to 300, width is equal to 300, not this. Okay. And then you have, like, if you want a table, okay, like a basic HTML table, like you see multiple tables, right? Like in here, this is also nothing but a table, right? Like if you want this all, like for example, if I inspect this, see, this is nothing but a table. Okay, like if you want similar table to be presented in your web page, then you can use table tag. The style is nothing but width, border, and what all that stuff. And then inside the table, there are multiple table rows, right? TR is nothing but table rows, right? TR is nothing but your table rows, and TH is nothing but your table data. Okay, like a table data. This is sorry, this is table data. TD is nothing but a table data. TH is nothing but your header, table header. The column which you are seeing here, right? The column which you're seeing here is nothing but table header, right? And yeah, TD is nothing but your table data. Okay, TR table row. Table row. This is table header. This is table data. Okay. Now, I would ask you one thing is that, see, now if I want to style each and every element of table header and table data and everything, I have to write style for each and everything, right? Like I have to write like style equal to this whatever. Like I need to like copy paste this width and everything. I need to copy paste each and everything. Like let's say color. Right. So if I do this, then only the single first element will get the color coding, right? But if I want to do this entire same, then like every other tag will have style. So that is not a good idea, right? Because it will increase the code, and also if you want to change something, then you have to change a lot of elements, right? Like for all of the elements, you need to change. Even for a slight color change, you need to do a lot of things, right? So that is why you have something called as CSS style, inline CSS, okay, internal CSS, in which you can mention the style. Okay, you can basically mention the style what you want for all of these elements. Okay, for all of these elements, what is the common style? Because all the style will be common for all of these elements, right? Within the table. So you can just mention what would be the style for all of this in here itself using a style tag. You just need to mention like table, th, td, and then like what would be the style. For example, the td, I'm saying here right now the text is in the left centered, right? I'm saying for all of the table data, the text align should be center. So this TD will, the text align center will get applied to all of this, data points, all of this table data. Similarly, the table TH and TD will also get these style points as well. So whatever you mention here, like if I mention here, let's say that, or let's say I don't have a paragraph here. Let's create a paragraph. Okay. I'm saying this is my code paragraph. Okay. Now, if I don't use this style, okay, you will see that, yeah, this is my fourth paragraph is coming like this only, without any style, without any color coding or anything, right? And also the table elements are all left centered. But if I use this, okay, I can also mention for the p tag what all style. I can say color should be red, and let's say, yeah, text color. And what else we have for p? We have font size. Okay. Now, if I do this, if I reload this, you will see that this has automatically, without even giving style. I remember I didn't give style here, right? I didn't give style here, but it picked the style from in the style, whatever I have mentioned in the style tag. This is universal to the entire web page, like whatever, like style, right? And yeah, and as you could see here, the table is also formatted to center aligned text. The table is also formatted, right? Like for if I now, if I again use the p tag, and for a change, let's say I need this in italic. I do this, see, this has come in italic, but it has also come in italic, and it has also copied the style statement from here, right? So no matter wherever you now create the paragraph, it will automatically copy the style from here. Now let's suppose that if you want to change, okay, you don't want the universal style, you can also define, like we will see how we can define within the class itself, right? But there is one more thing which you need to understand is, like, if you give style inside this, and if you say color equal to blue, okay, although it will still copy the size and everything, font size and font courier, okay, but it will take the color blue, because this will always come in priority. This will always, this is the first style which will get reflected and which will get replaced, no matter where you have used. Like for example, p, I have here given red, but still it will give blue, because here I have specifically said that this paragraph should be in color blue. Okay, so yeah, so I hope everybody got this. I have sent the code on chat. You guys can try this out. Any doubts, guys? Yeah, sorry. So let's see one more example where you have like how we have defined styles for different things. Like you can also define like for body tag, what should be the background color, the H1 tag, the P tag, as we have seen, and there are multiple different attributes and styling options available. For example, color, font family, font size, color, font family, font size, border, margin, padding, text align, right? And H1, P1. So all these properties will get directly embedded into this P tag, as we have seen. And here now we will see one more thing which is called as div. Div is nothing but division. So division as in like one any web page is made up of multiple divisions. Okay, like this thing is one division, this thing is one division. Like you could see divisions here, right? So these divisions are basically different. How do I say? Like it is basically different divisions of a web page. So each division will have, like, let's say one division can have information about one particular aspect of web page, right? So yeah, so this division will have H2 and P, and then there is span. Span is nothing but chota pi of division. Division creates different division web page, but span is nothing but to separate out different content from each other. You will just you will just use span. Okay, so just a minute. If I run this, so see, this is heading. H1 will basically get all the properties from color, font family, blue, and everything. Will it? So this is that is why it is like color blue, right? And paragraph will get all the properties from here. That is why this is a paragraph. You are getting it here, and then this is a division. Okay, as I said that this is one division, right? This entire thing is one division. Okay, like inside that one division you have header 2, and then this thing paragraph tag, which will get all the properties from here, right? And then there is span. Okay, span, as you could see, span is nothing but again like how you can uh how you can like create different styles, so like without breaking the space. Okay, so and you can see the difference between division and spans here. For example, in this case, like in this case where I'm using span, like is a Python is a computer programming language which can be for creating used for creating multiple application and softwares. So when you are using span, right, there is no break, there is no break or such, right? But if you use division, wait a minute, div, yeah. Oops. Why is it coming like this? I'm not. Yeah, everything is, we are able to close it. I don't know why it is. Mm. Yeah, everything is right only. But yeah, anyways, like the reason why what I'm trying was able to make you guys understand is, if you see here that when you use div, like after every div completion, there is a space. Okay. That means every div completion, there is a space associated with it. So that is the reason, like if you use span, you won't get any space and everything come in one line. But if you use div, then like everything won't come into one line. And hmm, you see, like all these things are coming into, not coming into one line. Yeah, I'm just copy pasting this on the group chat. The difference between, like, so we use div for creating different divisions inside a web page so that we can control those divisions. And span is basically like, suppose if you want to create divisions but without creating spaces, then you use span. Just try this out, guys, and let me know. Any doubts, guys? Shall we move ahead? So until now, we have seen that how to give a style, right, for different elements itself, right? Like directly we can give different styles for different elements, right? Similarly, we can give, like, suppose if you want, like, just a minute. Like, suppose if you want to style different sections of a website, okay, like for example, you have different sections, like for example, city or note or something else, okay. So you can also create your own class, like how in Python we can create our own class where you have different attributes, we have different you can create objects, right? Similarly, you can create class and IDs for which you can create your own style. For example, I am creating a style for dot note. So wherever note will be present, it will have font size of 120% and color as red. Where will be slash my ID. It is nothing but hashtag my ID. Sorry, my header. Wherever this ID, my header ID will be present. Background color will be light blue, color will be black, padding and all that. Wherever there will be city, right? City class present. The background color will be tomato color. Color of text will be white. Border margin padding will be there, and center button and everything. You can also, button is nothing but your simple button, right? And this is mentioned on the style. Now here I am creating a division with the class city. Okay, here see the class as argument which has a city. City is like basically nothing but defined here. So wherever I will say class city, all this style will be directly copied. Okay. So class city, H2 London, P London is the capital of England, and div. So see, that is the reason why if I say class city, it is basically copy pasting the entire style from the city class, which I have declared it here. And remember, I have declared it using dot. Okay. And then there is like similarly Paris and Tokyo. And then you can also, like, I have also I have also defined note. Okay, font size and color, like note class as well. So here I am saying my span class should have note important heading. So that is the reason my important heading has the size 120%, as opposed to the other this thing. Like now you can see the distinguishing between the span, like span. Here when I say span, everything is coming in one line. But if I do div, right? If I do div, it will, the line will break and it will come into different line. See, this is the difference between span and div. Okay. So wherever I have defined class note, it will basically get that. And then I will give you a general introduction, although this course is more related for Python programming language, but I will just give a plain introduction of what exactly JavaScript is. So wherever you go to, like suppose if you go to let's say Python, right? Whenever you click something, like there is some operation which is getting performed, or let's say if I go to this is href tag, but this operation, this thing which you could see, it is actually a part of CSS and also from JavaScript. Okay. For example, in our web page, suppose if I want to change the text of this hello world, I want to change it manually. Then if I click on this button, the text has been changed, right? So this behavior to alter the element inside a HTML is done using JavaScript. Okay. JavaScript can access the element with a specified ID by giving a get element by ID tag, and whenever you click this button, it will change the text. How I have done that is basically I have first of all defined a h1 header one, okay, and with a div class center button, okay, and then there is a function on click. On click, this JavaScript function should run. So whenever I click the button, this display result function should run. So what is the display result function? So whenever you say document dot get element by ID, and this is nothing but your ID is nothing but your my header, okay, and you will get that element by ID, and inside your HTML should now get replaced from hello world to you click the button. This is nothing but how JavaScript function works, right? You can define as many functions as you want, like you can change the color, you can change whatever you want, and you can do it using JavaScript. And yeah, so this is how HTML, CSS, and JavaScript is being used for creating the web page. Any doubts? I have sent the code on the chat box. You guys can try this out. Change text is not, it can only work one time only, Siraj. Like we have designed the function in such a way that if you just say change text, it will just say, oh, you click the button only once. Like if you want to change it multiple times, then you have to like define one more function which changes the text. I can create one more function, one more script, basically one more inside the function which will which says you can change back hello world. Okay, so here I can create one more button, center button, but this would be back to original. And whenever I click this, I will just call the back to original button. Original text. If I do this, use instead of using div, I can use span to make it side by side. Okay, since here the center button has itself is coming into center, that's why I say right. Yeah, both will go right, no issues. Yeah, so anyways, so see, if I change this text, if I do this, change this, change, you can like do something like this as well. Yeah, I hope I will again send this on the chat box. Yeah, coming on to the last part of our today's lecture is, so I need some inputs from your end. So whenever you log into a website, right, what do you use?
Email address, login ID,
Yeah,
password.
you enter something, right? Like you basically enter the text inside a forms. You basically give forms, right? So similarly in HTML, and now this is very important considering that this is the majorly used thing when you are into backend development, or when we will be learning about APIs in Python. Okay, so understand that yeah. So yeah, so you have a HTML form. Okay,
Adit,
yeah.
even the change text and the original text, I'm clicking it, that's not bringing any changes.
Can you share your screen?
That's all. As you can see, I'm clicking change text again.
Can you go to the code? Yeah, wait. Okay, get element, my ID is my header. Can you go upside? Can you go to style? Yeah, my header is, can you go downside? My header function, and where are you running? This is Google Chrome, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have just copy pasted whatever I have written, right?
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, this is a little strange. Maybe. Okay, can you do one thing? Can you reload this page? No,
On the
no,
Google page?
yeah, on the Google, not here, not here. Here it won't work. No, no, not here. Here it won't work. Go to
Well,
go.
directly.
Yeah, yeah, no. Go to File Explorer. Go to File Explorer. No, no, no. Window File Explorer, not in the Jupyter Lab. And double click on this Web 10 HTML. Window file, like open the file. Open this file in your window file system.
Not getting.
Uh, Go to downloads in your, not in Jupyter Lab, not in Jupyter Lab,
Okay.
in File Explorer.
Okay. Download, yeah.
Can you actually share your entire screen?
Again, don't shout.
Like share your entire screen. Are you sharing your entire screen, Siraj? Hello, Siraj, are you there? Yeah. Go to downloads. Yeah, go to that file. Web 10. Double click it. It should open in Chrome. If you open it Chrome and if you open it on Chrome and if you try doing that,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's okay.
yeah, because JavaScript only works in browser. Browsers only support JavaScript. So Jupyter
Okay.
doesn't support JavaScript.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So last and the one of the most important thing. Let me beautify this a little. Yeah. So in here, what you have is that like suppose if you go for registration for any website, you need to give first name, last name, and your gender and whatever like details you have about. Suppose if you're registering for some personal data, like as in like Google, sorry, Facebook or Instagram, then like you get multiple options: first name, last name, email ID, and your address and everything, right? So so here this you can do. Okay, the doc time HTML is not, it is not necessary. You can also keep it as it is, right? HTML body, HTML forms, here you will create a form. Okay, form will is nothing but simple, like how you have physical paper form, right? Similarly, you are creating HTML form, and this legend is nothing but this lining which you are seeing, this personal info, this thing which you're seeing, right? Is nothing but your legend. Okay, this styling option, nothing else. And then you give labels, like this is nothing but your label. Okay, this label is like label. Okay, and the first name, label, last name, label, gen then you give label here for the checkbox. Okay, and the radio button, basically the difference between a radio button and checkbox is that in radio button you can choose only one, whereas in checkbox you can choose all of it. Okay, so this is your radio button, this is your checkbox, and this is your drop down. Like if I do this, then the multiple options you get, this is the different elements in which you can get the input from the user. So you are here, what you are trying to do is you are trying to get the input from the user, right? So yeah, so label, cars, and then you can have multiple options. So we will see one by one. Okay, first is like the label your first name, and then you have input is like how you have input function in Python. Similarly here, since you are you're taking input from the user, you will use input tag. The type will be text, id will be f name, because label for f name. So your id, this thing will be identified by id, and name will be used by the backend API or the backend function which will use the value name, and value is by default Mohammed here. Okay, by default it is Mohammed here. I can also make it empty. Like suppose if you don't want a by default value, you can also make it empty. Okay, so yeah, so I mean you can also give something like that if you don't want that. Basically, similarly for last name, for L name, and then you have a radio button here. Okay, sorry, you have a radio button, radio. Okay, here see the type here is text, here the type is radio. Okay, this id, mail, this all will get used once we, what we typically do is whenever we say whenever we choose all of these options, right? And then when we submit, all these values go to a all these values basically go to a Python API or any programming language API, which will use these values, this input from the user in the web page, and do its processing. Okay, that is what, and that is how APIs are getting used. But for now, understand that for recognizing, so in the Python, you get a dictionary. Like in the dictionary, you will have f name equal to whatever value you are giving it here. L name, whatever value you are giving it here, and radio button and whatever value you will give it, you will be giving it here. So using a dictionary, you will be able to identify that the request from the user, whatever you get, is being sent to the Python API, and Python will use all of this information and store it in a database or something, right? So that is why this ID and name is very important. Okay, then there's a radio for and all this stuff. Then there is a type checkbox, again ID, name, and then you have drop down. Okay, so for drop down you are using select tag, which has multiple option, Volvo, Saab, Fiat, Audi. So if you see that all these options are using this option keyword, option tag basically, right? And then you have a text area. Instead of type text, you have text area, right? So all of this, then you have an input type submit button. This submit button will, whatever the user chooses, the submit button will basically send all of this information. Okay, like if you see, See, this will have all the this is basically a post request which has all of the information which is available here. Okay, whatever you have sent will be sent to this to basically to a Python API, where we haven't yet developed the Python API, but once we will do it, we will also here define an action. Okay, method and action. Here we will give the link of the Python API. The Python API will get all of this data from it, and will store the data in its own application. That is how you can connect HTML to Python. HTML and whatever web page you create, you can connect it to the Python API. Okay. So yeah, I just will give this. You guys can try this on and let me know if you guys have any doubt. I hope there are no doubts, guys. I know this HTML will seem little bit more easier and also very interactive as well, since you directly get the output, less code and more output, and you can do a lot of stuff, create web pages. But the real magic happens when you actually integrate HTML with the backend, that is your Python. So yeah, so I hope everyone is clear on this. And yeah, we will now see, since now we have learned HTML, CSS, and a little bit of JavaScript, we can now create APIs which will be able to connect with this HTML code which we have written, and create full-fledged applications, like where, like, let's suppose a login and a registration application we will be creating. And also we will see how we can extract data from web pages which has HTML content in it in our upcoming lectures. Okay, any doubts? Okay, if not any doubts, then I guess yeah, we can wrap up the session. I hope this was a good introduction to you guys regarding hypertext markup language. So remember, guys, hypertext HTML is the scripting language which is used across be it any website. Okay, you will definitely find HTML in it because browser is responsible for rendering the HTML, and that is how we are able to read all the web pages, connect to all web pages in the browser. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, just do remember to practice Python. And for tomorrow's lecture, we will be, as discussed, we will meet at 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. and we'll try to close it as soon as possible.
अरे भाई शादिर भाई ये मेरा शिफ्ट है
Okay.
मॉर्निंग में
When are you available, Imran bhai?
सेम टाइम टुमारो लाइक वो 8:30 to 5 o'clock का शिफ्ट है मेरा लाइक आई कैन बी देयर 5 बट अभी अगर सबका होगा तो देन आई कैन डू द वीडियो एज वेल मैं रिकॉर्डिंग देख लूंगा फिर बाद में ये पूछ लूंगा ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं बोलो अगर इफ एवरीवन इज ओके एंड इट्स ओनली मी जस्ट कभी डिसाइड किया मैंने नोटिस
5.
ही नहीं
Acha, 5 you would be available, huh?
हाँ 5 तक शिफ्ट चलेगा मेरा
How about you, Faizan bhai and Siraj? Like, are you guys okay with having it at 5?
Actually, I planned for tomorrow.
हम्म
At evening, I have to go
गो
out.
सम ओके
Okay.
ठीक है तो
So,
एक काम करते हैं आप लोग कल संडे ही है ना तो मैं अपने बॉस से बात करके ना दोनों काम एक साथ ही कर लूंगा अगर कुछ होगा देन जस्ट वैनिश फॉर अ मोमेंट एंड कम बैक फिर संडे का आई थिंक आई माइट नॉट गेट दैट बिजी वी कैन मैनेज चलेगा 2 to 5 कर लेते हैं लोग
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for adjusting your schedule.
नो प्रॉब्लम ओके वेलकम
Okay. Okay. Thank you, everyone. And yeah, we will meet tomorrow then. Thanks a lot. Happy learning. Bye.
थैंक यू बाय